Alright guys, I got another one. See it? There's one. It's running 100 watts. That's going back to the run battery. Wow, 100 watts. Boy, when you move that needle, you pin that so fast, you better move that thing slow. And I got a fuse in there too. Same drill. I've got the small resistor that makes the fan go really slow. I mean really slow. It's like 6 volts I think. And the diode, so I don't get any spikes back into my fan. It's a cool experiment. And I got this orange to the run battery. That's coming off the booster. That's the output. That's the 25 something, 90, and this is the actual voltage. It's 2570. It's been sitting there for 20-30 minutes, guys. Nothing's moved. Excuse me. It's time. I'm ready for bed, but oh, you got to really bust a move to get these circuits put together. I'm not used to that, but this is really great. I love this motor. I gotta build me some more of these. Look at that, huh? How can that be? How can that just sit there and not move? Oh, and here's the output battery. That ain't moved. It's going up. It ain't moved in 30 minutes. It just flashes between 1267 and 1268. And here I got a motor just running full blast. That thing's really cranking. And it's I'm running on 16 volts at about 2 amps, and then it's going back around 4 amps. I suppose 2 of those amps are going back around to run this 2 amps, and then 2 amps into the battery. Who knows where it's going for sure, but and you got this little motor here is spiking away. It's throwing a special it's an Energizer with an off-the-shelf motor is what it is. It's a 2-pole motor, I guess you call it. It's got two electromagnets on the rotor, and they're both north. That's all I know. And this is set at 2590, and this just sits at 2570. And you see that? Just sits there constantly at 2570. Unless it goes up a little. Sometimes it'll go up to 71. And I was sort of holding it there to see if you could see it, but it's not going down, and that's pretty troubling for a lot of engineers, I suppose. This one is the charge battery, and that just bouncing there for over 30 minutes. This sits there at 67. Oh, it went to 66 now. Uh-oh. Well, that's not bad for 30 minutes. It ain't even on 60. Was it 68 or 60? That's 67. And it's been on 67. And now it's going, looks like it might be going to 66 after 30 minutes. Now, if this one goes up a point, I think that's going up a point. You see that? Maybe we'll have to, you know, adjust these a little. And, yep, it's going up over there. Can you imagine? Of course, it would be, because that's set at 2590, and it's just dumping 4 amps onto it, which only 2 amps are getting to the battery. That's a lot of battery too, guys. You see that big battery? That's 200 that's 8 batteries with a potential 200 watt hours each, but they're 16 amp hour batteries. This pack here is good for 1680 watt hours. So you gotta, you gotta put some power to that. You gotta get at least a trickle is like 3 to 5 amps is a trickle. You can zap these batteries hard if you want, but that's the old way. We don't want that. Okay, and here's the volts again on the run battery. So I don't want to go too long. It's already 6 minutes into this video, and I'm gonna cash in, but I wanted Turion to see this. Turion, look what you went and done. Coaching all the guys up here got me where I actually wanted to try it now, and there it is. You should be proud of yourself. And this is the output of the booster onto this motor right here. It goes right here on this terminal, this orange. And this is going down a little bit, it looks like. It's finally going down after 30 or so minutes. It's going down to 66 here a minute later on, I guess. But my goodness. I'll bet you it comes down a little, and this will maintain it. It'll reach a place where that won't move no more, and who knows what's going to happen next. Okay, guys, really appreciate you guys that invent these things and work on these things, and I've always wanted to try something that was worthy, and I don't know how anybody could miss it. The details are as plain as the nose on your face up there. So let's get with it. Let's get these boosters on there. One booster charging that one, another booster going that way, and they're $2 a piece. $2.50 a piece, we'll say. But you gotta bust a move to get these circuits done right. You know, you want a little cooling, because the manufacturer tells you if you run this over like 70 watts, you're supposed to add cooling fans to it. Now, I didn't want to use a lot of power, so I'm running about 50 milliamps on that cooling fan right there. That's all I'm running. Maybe 60. And that's a 1.2, I think, or a 1.6. And this one is a 1.8. This has got some horse, but when I put that big 100 ohm resistor on there and running 6 volts, this only runs 65, so that's probably running about 50. Well, it showed that on this little meter, barely a trickle when it was idling for that, for that meter. The meter and the fan run on the 6 volts. Although the meter can take up to 30 volts, I just don't, they're really cheapo. They're only a couple bucks a piece, and you need to run them down around 5 volts and keep the spikes out of them. Okay, that's it, guys. I want to show you the voltage one more time after I get done jawing here. There it is, 2570. And I got this motor just barely running. It's cool. There's not There's no issue with it. It's the setting that I have it on with the back plate adjusted just right, and I'm going to be up for a few hours, so, and until I get used to this, I might unhook, but I don't know. I'm tempted to just let it run all night now. Pretty comfortable with it, and it appears like it's going to do all right. I'll be back and checking on it, you know, and see if 2570, did that go up? I think that went up for a second. Let's see. 10 minutes into the video. Pretty sure that one's going up. But we need time to, according to the write-ups and the documents and the test experiments and the guys who've done this before a couple years ago, you have to let these batteries run like this a while and get used to this process, whatever this is, and they're not used to it yet. So let's get the voltages one more time. Well, I turned my meter off and on again. It is going down. You see that? Going down a little bit. I'm just going to let it go down over here. I can always tweak it up a little, right? Like right here, I need to run maybe a little bit more amps. I don't know. It's 65 right now, 66, 60. So in over 30 minutes, that's not bad. It's only like a point, maybe a half a point or a point, 0.0 whatever, 0.01 maybe, or 0.02 in an hour. That's what I heard it does. So it's going to go down, I suppose. Well, I'm just going to let it do its thing and for a while, and hope it don't get too low, and I'll come back and adjust it. And I don't know if I want to run that too much harder, you know. I wouldn't run it more than 5 amps because I got that meter on there. So I was kind of hoping to be able to use that meter, but maybe I goofed there. Alright guys, thanks an awful lot everyone for listening.